Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Gifford Gymnasium for this first round North 1 Group 3 State Girls Basketball matchup between the number 5-seeded
Nine-seeded Ramapo
Raiders versus the number 8-seeded Wayne Hills Patriots. Thank you, David, for the pickup. I'm Andrew Gayo alongside me, David Suntup, and John Vittas. David, tonight, Ramapo has already beaten this team twice. What does Wayne Hills have to do to not lose a third time in this crucial game?
Well, at least in the first game against Ramapo, Wayne Hills settled for too many outside shots. They weren't aggressive enough, and they had trouble stopping Sarah Haligian, the freshman phenom for the Green Raiders of Ramapo. They had to shut down Haligian. Ramapo made too many outside buckets, got too many layups, and also Wayne Hills has to do a much better job on the boards.
Tip taken there by Stambouli. Stambouli, Olis, Levine, Greenwald, and Bassinick, the starters for the Patriots. Drering, Shkalaki, Haligian, Toronto, and Mitchell, the starters for the Green Raiders. Levine at the top of the key. Back to Stambouli. Wayne Hills really has to just settle for the smart shot, and they had to get a big lead early because they had to build it against this Ramapo team. Because the Ramapo team is very good, especially when they start shooting hot.
Ramapo playing a 2-3 zone right now. Look for Wayne Hills to be aggressive. Sam Levine needs drives to the hole, be aggressive, get layups. If you can't get layups, at least get to the free throw line.
Olis to Stambouli. Stambouli in the corner to Levine. Levine across court to Olis. Olis to Stambouli. Stambouli controlling the offense. In the corner to Levine. Levine fouled there by Toronto on the reach-in, so that'll be the first team foul on Ramapo and the first personal foul on Toronto.
I think one thing Wayne Hills has to do tonight to be successful is control their emotions, because its seniors have to deal with the fact that this could be their last game of their career, and they're going to have to control their emotions and play the game they've been playing their whole life.
Levine to Stambouli. Stambouli swings it there to Olis. Olis to Levine. Levine down low to Bassinick. To Olis. Olis, baseline jumper, no good, off. Rebounded there, fighting for it, but is Stambouli and Shkalaki and the possession arrow is in favor of the Green Raiders.
Wayne Hills showing a lot of patience here in the early going on offense. Becky Olis got an open look on the baseline, just going to hit the shot. But Wayne Hills, they have to go down low to Holly Bassinick because Holly Bassinick, she's the top scorer for the Patriots. She's had a great season overall, and they have to get her established down low if Wayne Hills wants to be successful shooting from the outside.
Olis covering Haligian, puts up the shot, falls in, is good. So now Haligian will try to convert the three-point play. And she's quite the shooter, John.
Yeah, I think one thing Wayne Hills has to do on offense is, like Dave said, get the ball inside to Bassinick and Greenwald. But also, Sam Levine is a very good outside shooter, and if they can work it inside and then kick it out to Levine, she can hit the open three.
Allegian's free throw is good. So the Raiders take an early 3-0 lead here at the Gifford Gymnasium on a cozy Tuesday evening. Raiders going into their full court press. Levine across the court to Greenwald. Greenwald to Levine. Levine in the corner to, Stambouli in the corner to Levine. I don't know why I'm calling Linda Sam Levine. I guess it's the water I drank today. Sam Levine.
Sorry, Andrew.
Dave.
In the county game against Kennedy, in the first half at least, Wayne Hills did a great job breaking the press and led to a lot of wide open layups. So it'll be interesting to see how Wayne Hills breaks the Ramapo press and how long Ramapo continues to press.
Levine across court to Stambouli. Stambouli settling for Olis in the corner. Olis to Stambouli. Stambouli to Olis. Ramapo really having a tough 2-3 zone right now. Patriots are having trouble breaking it down. Olis to Stambouli. Stambouli intercepted there by Toronto. Toronto trying to push it up for the Raiders. In the corner there to Drang. Down low to Shkalaki. Stolen there by Stambouli. Stambouli looking to run the break to Levine. Levine, the layup is good as the Patriots cut the deficit to 3-2.
Great defense there by the Patriots. On this Stambouli, come up to the steal. Great job running the fast break. Perfect pass to Sam Levine, giving Levine a perfect position to go up for the layup.
Excellent job there by Stambouli to steal the ball and then to run the fast break very well with Sam Levine. There could have been a foul called down the other end. Haligian drives. Stolen by Levine. Levine running the break. Got it herself. Pass it to Stambouli. Cannot be converted there. Ball goes out of bounds. So now Ramapo regain possession.
Sam Levine tried to do a no-look pass there to Stambouli. Stambouli, I guess, got a little confused with the pass. But in a game like this, state tournament game against a team like Ramapo, this Ramapo team is not as good as past Ramapo teams, but this team is very young. They could definitely make a huge splash in the state tournament. As a shot by Haligian is good, but Wayne Hills, in a game like this, you can't turn over the ball like that, especially when you have a 2-on-1 situation.
Once again, Ramapo will run the press. Greenwald to Levine. Levine trying to, as Bill Percy will take a 30-second timeout to discuss the Patriots' troubles early in this game against the press.
Yeah, we talked about establishing the girls down low, but another thing I think is going to be important is to have the guards handle the ball well, because we saw already they made 2 turnovers in the backcourt, and they're going to have to be steady back there to have a good offensive attack.
Smart timeout there by Coach Percy. Wayne Hills almost had a 10-second violation. I believe it's 10 seconds in high school basketball. So smart timeout there. Good to talk things over. Wayne Hills have been a little out of sorts on offense in the early going. So hopefully this timeout will help the Patriots out on offense. But in terms of breaking down the zone, they do a better job attacking the basket. They're driving away from the basket, and they're getting trapped in the corner.
Bastanek breaks the zone, brings it up the floor, finds Stambouli. Good job there by the Patriots to break the press. So whatever Coach Bill Percy said, quite frankly, it worked. Levine, back to Stambouli, to Bastanek, to Stambouli. Stambouli to Levine. Patriots really trying to dissect this zone that Ramapo has established. Stambouli, 4-3. Air ball, no good, goes out of bounds. So now Ramapo will regain possession.
Andrew, one thing we haven't discussed is, since the last time these two teams played, Wayne Hills has altered its starting lineup. Bridget Greenwald now starts for the Patriots. Kata Bate comes off the bench. I think it gives Wayne Hills more balance because now Kata Bate can spell both Stambouli and Levine, and Claire Cisco could back up both Bastink and Greenwald if either of them gets in foul trouble. But it gives the Patriots a different look on offense because now Bastink could play more on the perimeter, and she's really improved her jump shot throughout the season, and now you have 2 forces down low.
Offensive foul there on Skalaki, I believe. Yes. Once again, the press comes. Levine trying to get past it to Stambouli. Stambouli runs up the court to Levine, to Bastanek. Back to Levine, to Stambouli. Stambouli to Levine. Stambouli back to Levine. Levine for 3. Falls out, no good. Rebounded there by Ramapo. Toronto takes it up the court for the Green Raiders. To Haligian. Haligian to Drering. Back to Toronto. Toronto will set up the offense. There to Mitchell. Down low to Drering. No good, as Drering's layup is off. Levine trying to run the fast break. Right to the middle. Bastanek jump shot. No good. In and out. So now Ramapo will regain possession. Haligian up the floor to Skalaki. Layup attempt is good. So now the Green Raiders extend their lead to 7-2.
In 2 games against Ramapo this year, Wayne Hills has only averaged around 30 points a game. So we know already that Wayne Hills has had trouble scoring against Ramapo. But this Ramapo zone has really done wonders in shutting down this Wayne Hills offense.
And that was a great pass there from Levine to break the press, and a great pass down low to Olis. Excellent job there by Sam Levine to create that.
But getting back to what I was saying, this Ramapo defense has been very impressive, forcing Wayne Hills to take long-distance shots.
Haligian looks like she just made that by herself there. Looked like an isolation play. I don't know. She created her own shot. That definitely was not set. Levine to Stambouli. Back to Levine. Stambouli to Bastanek. Bastanek back up to the top to Levine. Down low to Greenwald to Bastanek. Bastanek jump shot off the side. No good. Looked like Bastanek was bumped there on that play, as a Bate will come in and spell into Stambouli some minutes.
Wayne Hills is not being aggressive enough on offense. They need to drive to the hoop and try to draw fouls. They're not getting enough wide open looks, and Ramapo's getting what they wanted by playing this 2-3 zone. They want to force Wayne Hills to take outside shots because the first time these two teams played, Wayne Hills did not shoot a high percentage from the outside.
Traveling violation called there by the referee. So now Wayne Hills will try to get it up the court to break the press. Levine to inbound. Finds Olis down the court. Back to Abate. Abate makes a nice job getting across the half-court line. Ball goes out of bounds. And they're going to say it went off Kate Abate's leg. So now Ramapo regain possession.
It looks like the full court press is really getting to Wayne Hills. They only have 4 points to this point in the game. There's under a minute to go in the first quarter. Their guards are going to have to step it up and control the ball.
Haligian in the corner to Toronto. Toronto back across to Samantha Klee, who just checked in. Haligian shot no good. Ball gets recovered by Toronto. Klee the shot falls no good. Bastanek rebound. Levine trying to run the break as the Patriots have numbers. Levine to Abate. Abate jump shot no good. Goes off the backboard, and Haligian will settle, and it looks like the Green Raiders will settle for the final shot.
Nice penetration there by Sam Levine. Kate Abate had a wide open look, couldn't convert. Wayne Hills needs to do a better job on the offensive glass. They need to have second chance opportunities because right now they're just not getting enough looks inside.
Haligian off balance shot is good. No help on the screen by Becky Olis. So now going into the second quarter, the Green Raiders hold an early 9-4 advantage over the Wayne Hills Patriots. David and John, thoughts on your first quarter?
Wayne Hills, they're settling for too many outside shots. They're not penetrating enough. They're not getting to the hole, and they need to do a better job of that. They're moving the ball around well, and they're being patient on offense, but they're not getting the looks that they want, and they haven't been to the free throw line in this quarter, and they need to get to the free throw line in order to get some more points. In terms of Ramapo, they've done a great job on the defensive end, and they've also done a great job forcing the Patriots into turnovers with the full court press, and Sarah Haligian has had 7 of the Green Raiders of Ramapo. Actually, she's had 7 of Ramapo's 9 points in the first quarter. She's done a great job finding her shot. Wayne Hills has to shut her down if they want a chance to get back into this game.
Yeah, Dave, you said this. I have to point it out again. Wayne Hills is a great free throw shooting team. They haven't been penetrating and drawing any fouls. So I think they have to get to the free throw line. They have 3 players who shoot over 75% from the line. So if they can get to the line, they'll be able to cut into this lead.
As we begin here the second quarter at the Gifford Gymnasium, Patriots down 9-4 early here. Same lineup from the first quarter in. Olis to Levine. Levine to Abate. Abate back to Levine. Levine in the corner to Bastanek. Levine to Abate. Down low to Olis. Olis to Abate. Abate. Good move there by Kate Abate. In the corner to Levine. To Olis. To Abate. What is wrong with me today, folks? Abate. To Holly Bastanek. To Levine. To Abate. Abate. 3-point attempt is good. They're going to say that the foot was on the line, even though I believe that the feet were behind the line. I don't know about that call by the ref, or maybe David's calling me out. I mean, I guess it was a 2.
No, her foot was on the line, but Wayne Hills, that's a good sign for the Patriots. Kate Abate hitting an outside shot. It will help free up Basting and Greenwald down low if Wayne Hills can hit some outside shots.
Klee, another freshman on this Ramapo squad. A lot of freshmen on the varsity roster as Levine takes it up for the Patriots on the steal. Intercepted there by Klee. Numbers for Ramapo. Haligian, the layup, no good. Haligian gets her own rebound, now puts it back up. Falls in. Good job there by Haligian to recover her own layup and get the rebound and put it back in. Abate up the court for the Patriots to Greenwald. Greenwald to Abate to Olis to Kate Abate. Abate to Levine. Bastanik drives, puts up a shot. Is good. It is fouled on the play. Stambouli will check in now, and so will Claire Cisco. So Bastanik will try to convert the three-point play.
Great job there by Bastanik, driving to the hoop, pulling up for the jumper, and getting to the free throw line. Chance for 3 for Bastanik at the line.
A great job there because Holly's just got to get in there and put up shots because, face it, she's the best offensive weapon on this team. She converts the three-point play. And, folks, the Patriots are back in it, down 11-9 here with 6:10 remaining in the first half.
That's exactly what Wayne Hills needs to do on offense. It was great that Abate made that jumper, but they're going to have to get it inside and somehow get inside this really good Ramapo zone. They're shifting really well.
Stambouli on Klee to Toronto in the corner. No good. Rebounded there by Skalaki. And they're going to call a traveling violation on Amanda Shalaki. So now the Patriots will once again inbound, but they will have to beat the press. Levine to Bastanik. Back to Levine. Bastanik runs up the court trying to break the press. Levine puts up a shot. Rejected there by Emma Gigerick. A sophomore on this Green Raider team, so the Patriots will now inbound. Stambouli. Inbound pass. Deflected out of bounds by Geigerich. So Wayne Hills will once again inbound. Levine down to Olis. Levine down low to Bastanik. Recovered there by Cisco, but they're going to say Cisco stepped out of bounds. So now Ramapo will take over.
Great defense there by Ramapo, denying the entry pass into Bastanik. Wayne Hills trying to be a little bit more aggressive there, trying to go over the top since Bastanik was fronted by the Ramapo defense. But Wayne Hills needs to get Bastanik involved because, like you said before, Bastanik's the main force on offense for the Patriots. And when she gets going, this offense really gets on a roll. So Wayne Hills will inbound the ball. Ramapo doing a great job with their full court press. It's forced the Patriots into a few turnovers already. Levine to Stambouli. Stambouli.
Thank you, David. Stambouli to Bastanik. Bastanik jump shot is good. So the Patriots tie the game at 11 here in the second quarter. And David, I have a surprise for you since, the days of us announcing are coming to an end. We're going to interview Steve Lacarica at halftime. So, Drang down low. Traveling violation called on Drang. And the Patriots look like they got momentum on their side.
Wayne Hills has scored the last 5 points in this game, and now they just forced Ramapo into a turnover. It will be very interesting to see how this Green Raiders of Ramapo team comes out here and reacts, because this is a very young Ramapo team here. A lot of freshmen, a new coach in Sandy Gordon. It's a state tournament. I know they've beaten Wayne Hills 2 times before, but this is a whole different ballgame here in the state tournament in the Gifford.
Olis to Levine, back to Stambouli. Stambouli up the middle. Good pass there by Olis. And they're going to call a traveling violation on Becky Olis. Even though she was on her pivot foot. Not the best of calls there by the official.
No, I don't like to criticize the officiating, but Becky Olis did not travel there. She held her pivot foot the whole time. And Becky Olis, she never argues calls, but she was a little bit upset with that one. I don't blame her because I think the ref made a mistake.
Kelly Mitchell in the corner to Gebhard. To Haligian. Gebhard extending for 3. No good. Rebounded there by Stambouli. Stambouli to Levine. Levine gets a traveled called on her. Traveling violation, pardon me. So now Ramapo will have possession.
And while I have a moment, I'd like to present to you tonight's trivia question, Tuesday's Triple Play, which is brought to you by Wayne Hills High School. Study hard and get good grades. The question is talking about first-round state tournament games, going back to a classic. back in the 2005-2006 season, which Wayne Hills great scored their 1,000th career point? Who was it against, and where was the game played? That is tonight's triple play, Tuesday's triple play, brought to you by Wayne Hills High School. Start hurrying, get your grades. Answer coming up shortly.
Thank you, David. Stambouli to Levine to Basnick to Stambouli. Stambouli, three-point attempt is good. Linda Stambouli coming up in the big time, puts up a three-pointer to give the Patriots their first lead of the game, 14-11.
Wayne Hills coming alive here on offense. Linda Stambouli hitting a huge three for the Patriots. Stambouli was on fire in the first quarter, in the first meeting between these two teams. She hit 3 3-pointers in a row for Wayne Hills. So if she could catch fire for the Patriots, it will pay huge dividends for them on offense.
That was a huge three by Stambouli. It really lit a spark under the Wayne Hills team. They've been struggling all day. They couldn't put the ball in the basket, and that huge three gave them the lead.
Foul on Becky Olis, so Clee will go to the line for 2 shots. First shot is no good. Second shot to go now. Clee's second shot is good. So the Raiders cut the deficit to 2. 14-12, 3:18 remaining here in the half. The Patriots have done a much better job of breaking the press now that they have the lead. That's partially why they've gotten their lead. And just as I say that, Ramapo steals the ball, brings it up court, as Stambouli gets bumped. Set to the floor, but Levine recovers the ball. Levine drives to Stambouli, to Olis, to Stambouli. Stambouli to Cisco, to Basnick, to Levine, to Stambouli. Stambouli to Levine, to Olis, to Cisco. The ball is picked off there by Ramapo. Haligian taking it up. Haligian gets fouled and converts the layup, so she'll go to the line to convert the 3-point play.
No one stepped up there for the Patriots on defense. A free lane there for Haligian to make the layup, and one for Haligian. Haligian has just been a huge force for the Raiders on offense. But going back to that last turnover by Wayne Hills, Sam Levine had the right idea, but on that pass, you need to force it in there with a little bit more muster on it.
Haligian's free throw is good. So the Raiders regain the lead at 15-14. Levine to Basnick. Basnick dribbles up the court, breaking the press. Basnick outside to Stambouli, to Levine. In the corner to Basnick. Basnick puts up a shot, is fouled. So now she will go to the line for 2 shots.
Not the kind of foul you want to take if you're the Green Raiders or Ramapo. Basnick on the perimeter, anyone shooting a far shot like that, you don't want to put them on the line. And Basnick has been sensational from the free throw line this season for Wayne Hills.
Holly's first free throw rims off the back iron. So here comes her second shot. Second free throw, no good. Rebounded there by Ramapo. Haligian will take it up. In the corner, good defense there by Cisco. And stepping out there is Kelly Mitchell, so the Patriots will regain the lead, the possession. And Bridget Greenwald will now check in for Claire Cisco.
Great job there by Claire Cisco, deflecting the pass and then forcing the turnover. Great defense, forcing Ramapo to step out of bounds.
Levine inbounds to Greenwald, to Stambouli. Stambouli to Olis. Olis to Basnick. Basnick to Levine. To Stambouli. To Levine to Basnick. Basnick to Levine. Stambouli back to Levine. Levine in the corner. Basnick back to Levine. Levine for 3. No good. Rebounded there by Greenwald. Greenwald puts a shot up. No call. And they're going to say that Basnick stepped out of bounds. And I don't understand because Greenwald got smothered.
I thought Greenwald was definitely fouled there. I was shocked there was no call. But getting back to the play, great job on the boards by Greenwald, getting the offensive rebound. She went up with the ball, but she just didn't get the call from the ref.
Haligian puts up a shot, no good. Rebounded there. Possession arrow in favor of the Green Raiders.
While I have a moment, I'd like to give you the answer to Tuesday's triple play, also known as tonight's trivia question, which is brought to you by Wayne Hills High School. Study hard and get good grades. The question was, which player scored their 1,000th point in the Wayne Hills first round state tournament game during the 2005-2006 season, which was 2 years ago? Who was the game against, and where was the game played? If you said Michelle Lala against Morris Hills at Morris Hills, you are correct. Game was played on February 28th, 2006. Michelle Lala had a sensational performance for the Patriots, over 20 points in Wayne Hills' first round victory at Morris Hills, rather.
Kelly Mitchell's shot is good as Olis just picked up her third personal foul here in the first half. Basnick to Levine. Levine runs up the floor to Stambouli. Stambouli for three. No good. Rebounded there by Ramapo. Taken up the floor by Haligian. Haligian kicks it out to Drewing. And they call another traveling violation on Kelly Mitchell. A lot of traveling violations called in this game, Dave.
Yeah, both teams, once they stop their dribble, they're taking an extra step, and the refs are calling it. A lot of traveling violations, a lot of turnovers here in this game. And in the second half, it could be very costly because both these games have been within striking distance, talking about the first two matchups, and turnovers could really hurt both teams, especially in critical situations.
A bait breaks the press to Stambouli. Stambouli trying to find room. Stambouli to Basnick. Basnick to Stambouli to Levine to a bait. A bait. Jump shot. No good. Rebounded there by Ramapo. Haligian will be covered by a bait, and Ramapo will hold for one.
Yeah, I was just going to say, Ramapo's definitely going to hold for one. You don't want to turn over here if you're Ramapo because then you give Wayne Hills a chance to possibly come down the floor and tie the game.
Haligian. Three-point attempt off the back foot. No good. Rebound there by Ramapo. The put-up is no good. So at the half, Ramapo will take a 17-14 lead, but the Patriots played a much better second quarter.
Wayne Hills did a much better job finding the rhythm on offense. They hit some more shots from the outside, played much better defense. But the bottom line is, if they want to come away with this victory in the second half, they need to get Holly Basting. They need to get Holly Basting established down low. They need to get to the free throw line. They need to be more aggressive. They need to drive to the hoop. And they need to shut down Sarah Haligian on the defensive end because Sarah Haligian has been sensational tonight for the Green Raiders of Ramapo. She played very well in both games against Wayne Hills earlier this year. But Haligian has done it all from the perimeter, driving to the hole. Wayne Hills needs to find a better plan on defense to shut her down.
Yeah, Wayne Hills' offense did look a lot better in the second quarter. If they can keep that up, their defenses look good. They should be able to win.
And here at halftime, I'm blessed to have the shooting guard for the Wayne Hills Boys Patriots, Steve Lacarica, here with me. Steve resting for his Thursday quarterfinal versus either Wayne Valley or Old Tappan. Steven, right now, Ramapo leads 17-14, and the Patriots really had a dismal first quarter, but they have come out, and they played much better. Don't you agree?
I absolutely agree. I mean, started off a little sluggish. Halazian's a pretty good player. But our girls got it together, and now they made it a close game. Going into halftime, they just need to make some adjustments, and they'll be fine.
Steven, I think you've been around the game of basketball for quite some time now. We all know that Bill Percy, he's a good coach, but this team has been to the state playoffs the past 4 seasons. And this is a very young Ramapo team. What does the Wayne Hills Patriots have to do? What do they have to do to get themselves back into this game in order to regain the lead and win this game and then go to High Point in the second round?
They just have to use their experience, Andrew. I mean, they got great senior leadership. The seniors are playing very well tonight. And, of course, Holly's playing another great game. They just need to come out and play like veterans, and they should handle business.
Steven, quickly before I let you go and we go to break, the quarterfinal matchup on Thursday could be either versus the Indians of Wayne Valley or the Golden Knights of Old Tappan. If we live in a perfect world and Wayne Valley wins, What do you guys have to do then to make yourself believers that we can beat this team?
Well, we're coming in with great confidence. We had a great year. We don't want to spoil it by anything less than a win and making it to the finals of the states. So we just got to come in with our head composed and not let all the accolades get to us and all the crowd noise. But we just got to play our game, and I think we'll come out victorious.
Steven, you weren't 19-7 for nothing, but we wish you luck nevertheless. Steven, thank you for joining me, and good luck on Thursday, and hopefully the girls take a win tonight home.
Yes, thank you, Andrew. Thank you.
Thank you, Steven Lacarica, and we will be back for the second half of action.
Third and 5 for the Indians from their own 37-yard line. Bly rolls out to the right side of the field, getting pressured by Drake. As the pass is intercepted by Jeremiah Gayo. Gayo to the 40, bounce out to the right side of the field. He's got blocking downfield to the 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown Patriots. Jeremiah Gayo, his 10th interception of the season, takes it back for a touchdown as the Patriots take a 6-0 lead.
We are back here at the Gifford Gymnasium for the first round matchup state playoff basketball finals. First round, God. Layup there, no good. Rebounded there. Air ball, rebounded by Olis to Levine. Levine to Stambouli, where the Patriots will start.
Great hustle there by Becky Olis, chasing down the loose ball. Wayne Hills, they need to be very proficient on the glass in this game. They can't give Ramapo second chance opportunities because when the Raiders get second chance opportunities, they usually capitalize.
Stambouli for three, no good. Rebound on the floor as Haligian will run the break for the Green Raiders. Layup attempt there is good by Skalaki, so the Raiders extend their lead to 5.
I expect to see this game get really intense in the second half. This is a playoff game. If you lose, you go home. It was tight in the first half. I expect it to really get intense here in the second half.
Olis down low to Basanik. Basanik, the shot is good. So now the Patriots will go back into their defensive stance.
Great job by the Patriots, getting the ball down low. Holly Basting, pump fake off the glass for 2.
Toronto dribbles to her right. Down low to Mitchell. Haligian shot is good. Sarah Haligian continues her good shooting as the Raiders retake the lead 21-16.
Wayne Hills has done a much better job breaking the press. They got to watch out for the 10-second violation here.
Levine, and once again, Bill Percy will take a timeout to try to settle the press.
Well, the press has worked for the Green Raiders of Ramapo, but it's going to be interesting as this game gets into the latter stages. Fatigue becomes a huge factor. It's going to be interesting to see how Ramapo can stay fresh in the fourth quarter of this game, in the third and fourth quarters of this game, rather.
Well said, David. So with 6:11 here remaining in the third quarter, the Patriots have a 5-point disadvantage led by Sarah Haligian, the shooting on the Green Raiders of Ramapo. Levine will inbound for the Patriots. Levine to Basnick to Olis to Stambouli. Stambouli drives up the court, gets past half court, so the violation out, but the pass goes out of bounds, out of the reach of Greenwald.
The Patriots are going to have to settle down here. They're committing more turnovers with this press. They're going to have to settle down and break it.
Toronto runs the offense for the Green Raiders.
Back in the second meeting between these two teams, Wayne Hills was winning at the half, and Coach Sandy Gordon at Ramapo, she challenged Kaylin Toronto, one of the few seniors on this team, a huge leader for this young Green Raiders team. She challenged Toronto to come out in the second half and take over this game and make a statement. And she made a statement, and Ramapo wound up winning the game 37-33. So it'll be interesting to see what message Gordon put out for her team coming into the second half.
They call a foul on Stambuli, her second. So Collegian will inbound for the Green Raiders. Good pass there by Collegian, rebounded by Greenwald, and an over-the-back foul will be called on the Green Raiders. So now the foul will be on Kelly Mitchell, the junior forward. Levine will inbound. Levine to Olis, back to Levine. Levine trying to break the press. To across the court to Stambuli, as Stambuli gets hit with a collision with Toronto. So a foul will be called on Toronto. Levine will inbound.
Very scary situation there. Good thing both Stambuli and Toronto are okay. But going back to, as the offensive foul is called on Sam Levine as Toronto taking the charge. But getting back to that last play with the Patriots breaking the press, Sam Levine triple teamed when she was bringing the ball up the court a little late and passed it to Stambuli. But another turnover here for the Patriots. Wayne Hills needs to find their rhythm on offense.
That will be Levine's first foul. Collegian to bring the ball up for the Green Raiders. Collegian down low to Dryring. Ball goes out of bounds, and the Patriots will regain possession. Patriots really struggling right now in the third quarter to find their tempo. Long pass down the court to Olis. Olis to Levine. To Stambuli, to Greenwald, to Stambuli, to Levine, to Olis, back to Levine, to Stambuli, to Greenwald, Stambuli, to Levine, to Stambuli, back to Levine, to Olis, to Levine, to Stambuli. Stambuli, three-point attempt, no good. Rebounded Levine. Levine three is good. Sam Levine hitting a huge three-pointer to give the Patriots a disadvantage, but down cuts the lead to 2.
A huge try there for Sam Levine. Hopefully this will ignite a spark for the Patriots on offense. They need to establish themselves from the outside and hope to get Bastick and Greenwald free down low. But Wayne Hills, they just need baskets at this point to be patient and find the open shot.
And they're going to call a foul there on Sam Levine, I believe. So now it will be an inbounds pass for the Green Raiders. Levine's second foul. Dryring goes up for the shot, is fouled, so she'll go to the line for 2 shots. So Dryring, the junior guard, will go to the line for the first of 2.
Ramapo did a great job from the line in the first game between these two teams. Shot the lights out from the free throw line.
Dryring's first free throw is good. Checking into the game is Kay DeBay for Wayne Hills, and number 12, Emma Geigerich, the sophomore forward for the Green Raiders. Dryring's second free throw attempt on the way is good. So Ramapo retakes a 4-point advantage. Basnick running up the court to a beat. A beat, trying to find room to Levine. Levine trying to find room to Olis, to Levine. Across the court to Abate, to Greenwald on the baseline. Back to Abate, to Levine. In the corner to Olis. Abate to Greenwald. Patriots really having trouble against the 2-3 zone. In the corner to Olis. To Levine. Down low to Basnick. Back to Levine. Levine outside the Olis. Olis shot blocked there by Ramapo. Toronto. And a blocking foul will be called on Sam Levine. That will be her third personal foul in the quarter, Dave.
Yeah, Wayne Hills has to be careful with foul trouble. Levine and Olis, I know, have 3 fouls. At this point in the game, with 3 fouls, you should be okay. But once you pick up a 4th, you have to be very careful.
And also, Wayne Hills has 5 team fouls. We're only in the 3rd quarter, so that could become a factor later on.
Yeah, that's a great point, John, because I believe once you get 7, it's a penalty situation.
Toronto falls on her own feet, but I believe a foul is called as Lauren Sullivan will check in. I believe it's got to be for Levine, so that'll be her 4th foul.
Yeah, they called that foul on Sam Levine. I disagree with the call. I think Toronto just tripped on her own. I don't really see the point of that foul call, but I'm not wearing the white and black stripes. I'm in the broadcast booth, so maybe they know something I don't.
Shot by Shalaki is good. So Sullivan trying to break the press for the Patriots. A bait. Bill Percy wants a timeout, so the Patriots will call a timeout to talk things over. Down 25-19 with 2:40 here remaining in the 3rd quarter. And while we have a moment, we have the quarterback from the Wayne Hills Patriots, 5-time state champions, Michael Giampapa. Michael, how are we doing on this Tuesday evening?
Pretty good. How are you?
Well, right now, Wayne Hills is losing 25-19, so I'm not that good. But right now, this 3rd quarter, they've come out, and they're looking stunned. It looks like they have not played in a playoff game before, and obviously that's not the case. They've been here the past 4 years. What is Wayne Hills doing wrong, and what do they need to rectify to avoid this game turning into one-sided?
I think Wayne Hills is having problems breaking the press. I think they need to get the ball in the hands of Sam Levine, who's currently in foul trouble a little bit. I think we need to get her back in the game after a few minutes and just have her kind of drill it up the court and kind of just get set in their offense.
Levine does have 4 fouls, and for the 5th one, she will be done. Michael, quickly, before we go back to the 3rd quarter, I know you're, one-on-one, we've had a history. Your prediction for this game now, 19-25. Do the Patriots have enough moxie to pull it out?
I think the Patriots are going to come back and win this game. I don't know what the score is going to be, but I think the senior leadership on this Patriot team is good enough to win. I think Wayne Hills is going to come out on top.
Michael, thank you. I see you. Here we go back in the 3rd quarter. Lauren Sullivan to a beat to Sullivan. Up the court to Olis. Across court to Bastanik. To Olis. To a bait. A bait. Jump shot. No good. But they're going to call a foul on the floor on number 5 of Ramapo, Amanda Shalaki. So now the Patriots will regain possession. Olis, the inbounds pass to Bastanik. Bastanik shot. No good. Bridget Greenwald, no good on the putback. And they're going to call a traveling violation on Ramapo, so now the Patriots will have a second chance.
Great hustle there by Holly Basting, forcing the travel. Even if they didn't call a travel, the ref could have called a jump ball and the possession arrow in favor of the Patriots.
A beat pass stolen by Haligian. Sullivan on the break. Good defense there by Lauren Sullivan, but they're going to call a late foul on Sullivan as Haligian fell to the ground, so she'll go to the line for 2 shots.
Sarah Haligian's been a great free throw shooter for the Green Raiders of Ramapo. So very detrimental to the Patriots that Haligian's going to the line. Late call there by the official. Wayne Hills not getting some of the calls in their favor tonight.
Haligian's first free throw. No good, rims out. So works out for the Patriots. Haligian's second free throw on the way. Second free throw. No good. Rebounded by Bridget Greenwald. Sullivan trying to break the press to a beat to Bastanik. Bastanik drives to a beat to Sullivan. Sullivan to Olis. Back to Sullivan. Sullivan to a bait. Back to Sullivan. To a bait. A bait to Greenwald. Greenwald to a bait. Back to the top to Sullivan. Back to Greenwald. Greenwald puts up a shot. Is fouled. And will go to the line for 2 shots.
Yeah, these questionable foul calls are really going to hurt Wayne Hills because those last 2 fouls put Ramapo on the bonus. Wayne Hills already has 17 fouls, and we are still in the 3rd quarter.
So the first of 2 free throws for Bridget Greenwald. First free throw is no good. Second free throw for Greenwald. Second free throw, no good. Rebounded by Ramapo. Taken up by Drewing to Toronto. To Geigerich. To Shalaki to Drewing. In the corner to Geigerich. Back to Drewing. A bait covering Drewing. With a minute remaining here in the 3rd quarter, Ramapo holds a 25-19 advantage. Olis covering Haligian. Sandy Gordon wants a timeout, but they're going to call a 5-second violation on the Green Raiders. So now the Patriots regain possession.
Linda Stambouli back into the game for the Patriots. They need Stambouli on the floor. At this point, you're down by 6. Late in the 3rd quarter, you need to go on a run. And you need Stambouli to break the press because Stambouli is by far the best ball handler on this team.
Bastanik's shot, no good. Rebounded by Olis. Puts up the rebound. Is good. And the Patriots come within 4. So the Patriots are back in this game. Toronto takes the ball up for the Green Raiders. Covered by Lauren Sullivan. Toronto to Haligian, covered by Olis. Haligian drives, makes a good move, turnaround, puts it up, and the Green Raiders have a 6-point lead, 27-21. Sullivan up the court to Bastanik. Bastanik to Sullivan. Sullivan puts up a shot, is good. Sullivan makes her shot at the buzzer. So the Patriots now come within 4, and at the end of 3 quarters, the Patriots are down 27-23.
Great job there by the Patriots, breaking the press. Lauren Sullivan, wide open look on the baseline. At first, she didn't know whether she was going to take the shot or not, but she drained it right before the buzzer. Great clock management by the Patriots, realizing that they didn't have much time left on the clock. Now they're down by 4, and at this point, it's anyone's game.
I hate to be the pessimist in this group, but the 7 fouls is going to hurt Wayne Hills in so many ways. One big thing is they're down now, so they're going to have to attack and try to force steals, but they have 7 fouls, so they're going to have to sit back a little bit because they don't want to pick up any cheap ones and send Ramapo to the line.
Gentlemen, we will be back for a short break and in the 4th quarter for this state game after this.
And the crowd is fired up. What a huge play. We cannot stress this enough. This is just an outstanding kick. All the pressure relying on Dave Adamo. The kick is up, and it is good! He kicks it through the uprights, and Wayne Hills takes a 25-24 lead.
We're back here at the Gifford Gymnasium for the 4th quarter of the first round of the state playoffs. Wayne Hills down 4 points here. Bastanik puts up a shot. No good. Rebounded by Olis to Greenwald, but they're going to say Olis stepped out of bounds. So now Ramapo will inbound.
Even though they said that Olis is out of bounds, great job there by Becky Olis, crashing the offensive glass. Wayne Hills needs to do a better job on the glass. They need to get second chance opportunities because Wayne Hills has done a good job capitalizing when they've gotten second chance opportunities.
Wayne Hills goes into the 1-3-1 zone to try to prevent the Patriots, prevent the Green Raiders from killing the clock. Toronto fumbles the pass, deflected there, taken by Sullivan. Sullivan up the court to Stambouli. Stambouli to Sullivan. Back to Stambouli. Across court to Bastanik. Bastanik in the corner to Sullivan. Back to Bastanik. Basnick elbow jumper is good. The Patriots cut it within 2, and it looks like the Patriots are finally found their sink.
Holly Basting has done such a great job with her outside shooting this year. That's one thing she's done a really nice job developing, and she's so lethal from the outside now. You can't leave her open, especially from the elbow.
And Sandy Gordon will call a timeout to calm her Green Raiders down. And with 6:39 remaining, Dave, the Patriots came out in this fourth quarter, and they're looking hot.
And Wayne Hills look a lot more lively right now, hitting a few outside shots, crashing the offensive glass, forcing a few turnovers. I know Ramapo, they won here back on January the 3rd. They beat Wayne Hills at Ramapo Arena, but now this is a totally different ball game. It's a state tournament. This is a Wayne Hills team that has experience. Linda Stambuli, Becky Olis, Holly Basnick, among others. This is their 3rd year in a row playing in the state tournament. They were part of that team 2 years ago that upset Morris Hills and Altapan. They know what state tournament basketball is about, and now let's see what this young Green Raiders Ramapo team is made of.
The Green Raiders will inbound here to Haligian. Haligian down low there, taken by Geigerich, puts it up, it's good. So the Green Raiders strike right back with 2 points of their own. Stolen by Haligian, but it goes out of bounds, so the Patriots will regain possession here in the fourth quarter.
I think this fourth quarter and the decision of this game, who's going to win it, is going to come down to the will and guts of these two teams, because neither team wants to go home. It's a playoff game. They don't want it to be the last game of their career, and I think that's where Wayne Hills has the advantage, because they have 5 seniors as opposed to Ramapo only has 1 in their starting lineup. So I think Wayne Hills should be able to pull it out on pure guts.
Sullivan to Stambuli to Basnick. Basnick shot is good. Holly Basnick has finally found the groove and puts the Patriots down by 2, 29-27.
Holly Bastig starts to get in a rhythm from the outside. 2 elbow jumpers in a row. It's really going to open up the floor for the Patriots if Bastig can continue her roll.
Haligian, a 3-pointer, is good. Amy Haligian hits an uncontested 3 to put the Green Raiders back up by 5. Olis to Bastig. Back to Olis to Stambuli. Stambuli drives up the court to Bastig. Back to Stambuli. Back to Basnick. Ball will stay in possession of the Patriots.
It's going to be a test of the Patriots' will here in the fourth quarter. They just had a big run. They got back in the game, and then it just got completely erased by that 3. They're going to have to step up again and create another comeback.
Also Stambuli. Stambuli to Basnick. Back to Stambuli, trying to find a shot. Olis drives. Ball goes on the floor. Stolen by Ramapo, so now Ramapo regain possession.
After Basting hit her last shot, you have to give credit to Ramapo. Ramapo came down the floor, and Haligian hit a huge 3 for the Green Raiders. So Ramapo showing that they're not going to get down even after Wayne Hill scores a few baskets.
Toronto getting pressured by Stambuli. Deflected there. Shot there by Gergerich is good. So now Ramapo has a 7-point advantage. Still
Nice
pressing. Haligian drives, puts up a shot, no good. She'll go to the line for 2 shots.
Haligian showing great versatility here tonight. Besides showing the touch on the outside, she does a great job attacking the basket, and then Haligian at the line for 2 shots.
Sam Levine to check back in for the Patriots. Bill Percy has no choice with 4 minutes left to put the senior back in. Haligian, 2 free throws. First one on their way is good. So here comes Sam Levine as Sullivan checks out. Green Raiders gain an 8-point advantage. Haligian's second free throw. No good. Rebounded by Olis to Stambuli. Stambuli having trouble breaking the press. Taken by Olis. Goes up the court. Celine hit it up the court. And the Green Raiders will regain possession.
Andrew, did they call Levine out of bounds there? Or?
Yes, I believe they did. It looked like she did a good job, but Haligian with the ball. to Toronto. Back to Klee. Klee to Legion. Legion crosses up Olas to Klee. Klee to Toronto. Toronto trying to find room to Klee. Klee. Ball goes out back court, but apparently Linda tipped it. So now pressure, and Sandy Gordon wants a timeout there. So the Green Raiders will talk things over. And the Patriots 8 points down with 3:43. They're going to have to make a run.
And the problem for Wayne Hills is this is a situation now where you have to foul Ramapo, and Wayne Hills already has 18 fouls. So any foul they commit on Ramapo that's on the floor, it's going to be a one-on-one situation for the Green Raiders or Ramapo. So going back to what John said before this quarter started, Wayne Hills had, I believe, 6 or 7 fouls going into this quarter, and John said it would be detrimental to the Patriots. And this situation now where Wayne Hills, they're going to really need to find fire on the offensive side of the ball, need to get open shots, be aggressive, get to the free throw line. This is their time. This is their season. There's 3 minutes and 43 seconds left, and they need to make a statement on offense and shut down Ramapo and really get some stops.
Yeah, they really have to push on defense and force turnovers and score quickly.
Inbounded there to Haligian. Olas on her. Haligian. Green Raiders just trying to melt down the clock. The Patriots have to force a turnover and score points quickly. Toronto to Haligian. Haligian gives it up to Klee. Klee just takes it back out. Back to Haligian. Back there to Klee. Klee to Toronto. Haligian. Trying to find room back to Toronto. Back to Klee. Back there. Haligian drives, puts up a jump shot. No good. Rebounded by the Green Raiders. So now the Green Raiders, as a finally called traveling violation on the Green Raiders, so it negates the rebound. But the thing is, the Raiders just took a minute off the clock.
Great job there by Ramapo, just passing the ball around. Right now, at this point, they just want to kill clock. Wayne Hills is down by 8 points, and they know that if they kill some clock, Wayne Hills, with the troubles that they've had on offense, that they know that the Patriots will not be able to overcome this 8-point deficit.
Levine up the court to Olas. Olas ball taken away by Haligian. And the Patriots are going to have to start fouling soon because we're going 2 minutes, and they're down by 8 points. A call a foul on Becky Olas, I believe. Actually, no, it was on Ramapo. So now the Patriots really need to score quick. Levine to inbound to Stambouli. Stambouli breaking the press. Does a good job. Linda drives. Puts up a layup. No good. Rebounded by Basnick. Puts up a fadeaway. Is good. Bill Percy immediately calls a timeout there. Good job by Coach Percy. So now the Patriots are down by 6 with 2:02 remaining.
Great job there by Linda Stambouli. Getting down the court, breaking the press, and then Holly Basnick there, cleaning up the offensive glass, putting up the fadeaway jump shot. Wayne Hills down by 6. They need stops. That's the bottom line. But at this point, you have to foul. You want to make sure that Haligian does not catch the ball from Ramapo because Haligian, by far, the best free throw shooter on this Green Raiders squad. But in the first meeting between these two teams, Wayne Hills was in a similar situation, and Ramapo made their free throws down the stretch.
Yeah, they need stops, and they need quick stops, and they need to score on offense because, like we said, they're down by 6, and Ramapo can smell the second round because they're really close to pulling this off, like we said 2 minutes ago.
The winner of this game takes on the number 1 seeded High Point team. So it'll be a very tough matchup for either team. Also on this bracket, number 4 seeded Farallon and number 5 seeded Ultapan. So this side of the bracket, very strong. And the other side of the bracket got number 6 seeded Wayne Valley and number 2 seeded Teaneck, among others. But I think the Wayne Hill side of the bracket much stronger with a lot of very talented NBIL squads.
Indeed. 4 NBIL teams on the Wayne Hills side. Northern Highlands did not make the state tournament this year. First time in quite some time they did not. They struggled this year, the Highlanders.
Yeah, 2 years ago, I believe they won the Northland Group 3 section, I believe.
I believe they did too. Collegian getting triple teamed as the press is in order for the Patriots. Toronto up the floor to Klee, to Toronto. So now the Patriots are in desperation mode. They're going to call a foul on a bait. So now the 1-and-1 is in effect.
Yeah, I'm a little surprised that Wayne Hills didn't foul earlier. They gave Ramapo the chance to get the ball across midcourt, but definitely the right decision not to foul Collegian there.
Toronto to take 2 shots. Actually, pardon me, it's a 1-and-1. Toronto first shot. No good, but rebounded there by the Green Raiders. Foul there by Greenwald. So now Geigerich will go to the line for another 1-on-1. Levine set to check in. And that was key because the Patriots needed a rebound there. They need points quickly.
And they got the break because Ramapo missed the free throw, but Wayne Hills couldn't come up with the rebound.
Owned. 2 shots now. That is 1 shot, actually. I don't know. Some confusion here at the Gifford Gymnasium. So now we have 2 shots here for the Green Raiders. For Geigerich. First one, no good.
What it looks like Wayne Hills is going to do.
So now Levine will check in.
What it looks like Wayne Hills is going to do is have Sam Levine come in on offense. She's a good scoring
So
threat,
now
and
the
then take her
referee.
out
Sorry, John.
for defense, so she doesn't pick up that 5th foul because she does have 4.
Well, they need Sam Levine in here for rebounding purposes. Sam Levine, one of the better rebounders on this team. Wait, so Andrew, how come it's 2 shots? I thought it was a 1-on-1 situation. Oh, 10th foul.
10 fouls. David, you're almost as confused as the referees out there.
Well, I didn't realize Wayne Hills had 10 fouls to look up at the scoreboard, so it happens to the best of us.
Needless to say, the Patriots need to score here. Geigerich, the second free throw attempt. No good. Rebounded there. And go figure, the possession arrow is in favor of the Green Raiders. And the ball's just not falling Wayne Hill's way right now. Haligian to inbound. Need to foul. Bridget Greenwell does foul. She's the one that should foul because that will be her second personal foul. So now Geigerich will go again for 2 more.
And you just took the words out of my mouth. I was just about to say the same exact thing. Greenwald only has 2 fouls now, so if Wayne Hills needs to commit a foul, Greenwald will be the player to foul someone on the Green Raiders or Ramapo.
Geigerich, no good. Cisco will check in for Greenwald.
Ramapo not hitting their foul shots down the stretch. Totally different story from the first meeting here at the Gifford. Ramapo was hitting most of their free throws in crunch time.
Second free throw attempt. Falls in. 1 for 4 from the line, so now the Patriots need to score quickly. Levine to Stambouli, back to Levine, back to Stambouli. Stambouli trying to find room up the court to Olis. Olis to Cisco. To Stambouli. Stambouli a 3. No good. Olis put back. No good. Rebounded by Ramapo. And the Patriots need a foul if they want a chance. Toronto. Stambouli a foul. So now Toronto will go to the line for 2 shots.
Well, Wayne Hills, they know that they needed a 3. It's a 3-possession game. The shot by Stambouli is no good. Olis right there doing a great job crashing the boards in this quarter. But Wayne Hills just couldn't make a shot on that possession. And now Toronto to the line for 2 shots.
Toronto's first free throw attempt is good. puts them up by 8 points. The second attempt is good. So now, I don't know what the whistle was for. So 9 points now. The disadvantage. Bastanek running up the court. 1:15 here remaining. Bastanek a shot. No good. Cisco rejected, but they'll call a foul. So now Cisco will go to the line for 2 shots.
I know I said that a few calls have gone against Wayne Hills, but I gotta be honest. I thought Ramapo got all ball there, but Wayne Hills deserves a few breaks, and they needed one in this situation, down by 9 late in the fourth quarter. 2 huge free throws for Cisco.
Cisco's first free throw is good. A bait to check in for Levine. Cisco's second free throw, no good. They're going to call a foul on the floor.
They're going to call an over-the-back foul, I think.
Well, now that they're down 8 points, the Patriots have to go into the full court press. They have no choice. This is it. Do or die. Allegiant with the ball. Toronto running up the court. Runs into the corner. Klee fouled there by a bait with a minute remaining exactly on the clock. So Klee will go to the line for 2 shots.
Smart there by the Patriots not to foul Toronto. Toronto, one of the few players on this Green Raiders team with experience, and she just drained 2 free throws. So it's good to put someone else at the line, see how they react to the situation.
Klee, the first free throw is good. So Levine will check in for a bait. Klee, the second free throw attempt. Klee's second free throw is good. Patriots now down by 10, and it's going to take a miracle now. A bunch of threes, couple missed free throws. Bastanek running up the court. Bastanek stops, finds Stambouli. Stambouli to Bastanek. Bastanek, a 3. It's good. Bill Percy calls timeout with 50 seconds remaining. So now down 7. Again, a miracle still has to happen.
They did give Bastanek a 3. I thought her foot might have been on actually, no, it is a 2. I saw her foot on the line, both feet grazing the line. But either way, Wayne Hills, it would be best if they were somehow able to force a turnover here and then drain a 3. But at this point, if Ramapo mounts the ball, they know they're going to the line for 2 shots. And Ramapo has made their last 4 shots from the line. But it's going to be a tough situation here for Wayne Hills. They're going to have to hope that they could somehow get a turnover. But you never know. Reggie Miller did it to the Knicks back in, I believe, 95. So anything's possible.
That was a horrible day for me and my father, mind you, that game. Reggie Miller burned the Knicks. His whole
Sorry
career.
about bringing that up, Andrew, but it's a similar situation here for the Patriots. I just want to give the viewers at home some hope.
Yeah, I think the best bet for Wayne Hills is just to steal the inbound and try to score as quickly as possible.
So with 50 seconds remaining here, again, the Patriots, this is the seniors, man. This is where the heart comes in, and it's who wants it more, Dave. It's who wants it more.
Well, definitely for the seniors, for Wayne Hills, this could be the last 50 seconds of their career. All the seniors on this team have made a huge mark and have been a huge part of this program. And it'll be very sad if they lose this game to see their careers end in this way.
Drering. They're going to call a traveling violation on Drering. So at 44.2 remaining, the Patriots get another shot to decrease this lead. Levine checking in for a bait. Levine adding more of a 3-point presence. Levine to Olis. Back to Levine. Levine breaks the press to Olis. Down low to Claire Cisco. They're going to call a traveling violation on Cisco. So now they have to go back into the press. A bait checks back in. Defensive purposes.
Yes, Cisco didn't put the ball on the floor before going up. But in this situation, I don't even know if it matters that much at this point. But I think Wayne Hills needs to look from the outside because they need some threes. So now Ramapo to the line for 2 shots. Another chance for the Green Raiders to tack on a few points to their 8-point lead. As Toronto drained 2 free throws the last time she made a trip to the charity stripe.
Toronto's first free throw is no good. So Levine will check back in. 35.9 seconds remaining. Patriots down by 8. That was only Holly Basnick's first foul. Toronto's second free throw is no good. Rebounded by Olis to a bait to Stambouli. Stambouli runs up the floor to a bait to Levine. Levine to Olis to Levine. Levine, a 3, no good. Rebounded. Stambouli to a bait, a 3, no good. A bait to Stambouli. Stambouli 3, yes. Timeout taken by Coach Bill Percy. And now the Patriots are down by 5 points, 35-40.
Great job rebounding there by Becky Olis. Becky Olis has done an outstanding job on the glass for the Patriots. A few huge rebounds there. And then Linda Stambouli hitting a huge three-pointer for Wayne Hills. Patriots out by 5, 10.9 seconds remaining.
One thing I noticed Coach Percy did, he put the 5 seniors in to finish the game. He's figuring if we're going to go down, we're going to go down with our 5 seniors in the lineup.
Yeah, nice move there by Coach Percy, putting in all the seniors. At this point, it's going to take a miracle for Wayne Hills. But it's good to see that the seniors, if Wayne Hills somehow goes on to lose this game, like they most likely will, it's good to see that the seniors will end the game on the court.
And again, the Patriots will have to, a miracle will have to happen. 2 missed free throws and 2 threes. Toronto trying to break the press. Breaks the press to Haligian. And Bill Percy's going to let them run out the clock. As Samantha Klee runs away with the ball. And that is the final here from the Gifford Gymnasium. The Ramapo Lady Green Raiders defeat the Wayne Hills Lady Patriots in the first round of the North 1 Group 3 state tournament, 40-35. Green Raiders really controlled the whole tempo of the game throughout the game. And it ends the career of 5 senior players, Linda Stambouli, Becky Olis, Claire Cisco, Sam Levine, and Kata Bate. And David, this game, it showed that, despite inexperience, Ramapo is a very, very good young team.
This Ramapo team, they're a very good team right now, but in 2 to 3 years, this team's going to be a powerhouse. They really did a great job coming into a hostile environment like the Gifford Gymnasium. Sarah Haligian, a huge night for Ramapo, just unstoppable, inside, outside. She did it all tonight for the Green Raiders. For Wayne Hills, they had their spurts on offense. They did a better job hitting some outside shots from the second quarter on, but they just couldn't get it done. They couldn't establish Basting down low. They couldn't get in a rhythm on offense. Not enough free throw attempts. And Wayne Hills just came up short tonight against Ramapo. And unfortunately, Wayne Hills couldn't get the job done against the Green Raiders here on their home court. But I'd like to thank all the seniors for their contributions to the girls basketball program. It's really been an honor to broadcast their games for the last 4 years. And I want to thank everyone for their support and wish everyone the best of luck in the future. And also, Andrew and I just announced our last girls basketball game tonight. Very emotional for us here at the Gifford, as both of us will be moving on to bigger and better things next year.
Thank you, David. Thank you for that. Again, ditto. Thank you to the seniors who really put a mark on this program. Before me and David came to high school, there really was no girls basketball here. Wayne Hills was in the struggle, to say the least. And now, you know what, Dave, we leave. We've left a good mark too, Dave. I think we've set the bar high. And David and John, I'll see you Thursday. Wayne Hills boys versus either Old Timon or Wayne Valley. We will see. Kyle, I'll see you there too. For Andrew Gayo, David Suntup, John Vittas, Kyle Katine. So long, folks, and have a good evening.